Friends, what happens when ambition turns into greed and a clever move crosses the line into betrayal? This story will leave you speechless. A clever young woman walked into an interview room and secretly smeared super glue on the chair next to hers. A few minutes later, another candidate entered the room and unknowingly sat right on that glued chair. Soon after, the company's boss stepped inside. Out of respect, the woman immediately stood up, while the young man tried his best to rise, but no matter how hard he struggled, he simply couldn't get up. Watching him stuck, the woman felt secretly proud of her trick. The boss grew angry at the boy and snapped, "What's wrong with you? Don't you have any manners? When a senior walks in, you stand up to greet them." The boy lowered his head in shame, unable to explain himself. The boss then allowed them to sit and asked for their resumes. The woman confidently handed hers over, while the boy, still glued to the chair, awkwardly extended his resume with difficulty. The boss looked at the woman and asked, "Where did you work before?" She replied, "Sir, I was a manager at BR Company, and I have 3 years of experience in marketing and freelancing." Then the boss turned to the young man and asked, "What about you? What's your experience?" The boy answered, "Sir, I worked for 4 years as a manager at MG Company, and I've built strong experience in marketing." The boss nodded and said, "Both of your resumes are impressive. Now tell me, how much salary are you expecting?" The woman confidently said, "My last salary was $50,000 a year, so I expect the same." The boy added, "My last salary was $60,000, but I'm willing to work for $50,000. The boss leaned back and said, "I can only hire one of you." Immediately, the woman interrupted, "Sir, I'm ready to work for $40,000. The boss raised an eyebrow and asked, "But you just said 50. Now you'll work for 40? She nodded quickly. "Yes, sir, I'll take it." Hearing this, the boy added desperately, "If that's the case, I'll also work for $40,000. I really need this job." The boss glared at him and said sharply, "With the kind of attitude you showed when I walked in, I don't think you're fit for this company. Stay here. I'll talk to HR." The boy's heart sank as he thought to himself, "How could I lose such a great opportunity? Just because I got stuck to this chair?" The woman leaned toward him with a sly smile and whispered, "Don't stress. It was me. I glued the chair. Smart move, right?" Shocked, the boy whispered back, "What? You actually did this? Just for a job?" The woman smirked and said, "Of course. If you want to get ahead, you need smart work. Nothing wrong with that." At that very moment, the boss returned. The woman quickly asked, "So, sir, when can I start the job?" But the boss looked straight at her and said, "Sorry, I can't hire you." Surprised, she exclaimed, "What? Does that mean you hired him instead?" The boss shook his head. "No, I can't hire him either, because he's already our employee. In fact, the two of us planned this together to see how you would behave." The woman froze in shock, then tried to apologize and begged for another chance. But the boss ignored her excuses, scolded her for her dishonesty, and ordered her to leave the company immediately.